I'm Bruce Blitz, and welcome to Cartooning with Blitz. Now, what I'm doing here is improvising, and a musician's term for that is noodling. And today we're going to be drawing cartoons, and that's called doodling. Noodling and doodling. Why? Because music and art go real well together. And for our feature of the day, we're going to be spinning the wheel of features, and that's always great fun because we never know what kind of face we're going to come up with. And for our doodle trick portion, alphabet tunes, finished cartoons from letters in the alphabet. So stay tuned, we've got a great show for you. Now first we're going to start with our first musical sketch, and it's going to be a doodle trick. Now we do doodle tricks later on, but we're going to start with one right now. And it's going to be the letter F. And we're going to use script. And the reason for that is because all those little curly cues that present some interesting possibilities. Now right in here we're going to create a face. So there's a shape like that. And a smile. And his eyes will be closed because he's conducting an orchestra and he's enjoying the music. And that expression reflects that. And that's the kind of thing you always want to have in your cartoons. You always want to be thinking of expressions. Now for his hair. Well, if he's a conductor type, let's give him appropriate hair, which is kind of a wild hairdo. And some lines up there. Okay, now for his outfit. Well, he'd be wearing a tuxedo. So let's give him a bow tie right down there. And we'll take this line and we'll turn it into an arm and one over here. And now for his hand. Now first a cuff. And now his hand. Thumb and fingers. He's conducting a big orchestra. Cuff, thumb, and some fingers, and we're going to put a baton in this hand. Just like that. And some cartoon effects and accessories. We can't forget those, like he's spinning it around and his hand is moving around feverishly. And here's the rest of his tuxedo. And over here we're going to put a big music stand. Of course, he's standing behind the music stand. And some musical notes. They're also cartoon effects and accessories as well. And there he is, a great conductor. I'll tell you what, you take a look at the sketch and I'll play us some fast music because F stands for fortissimo. So watch this. All right, it's time for our next sketch, and we're going to do a piano player this time. And we'll make a woman, and we'll start with a shape. I'll use my pencil for this, and I'm going to lay it out. Now, it's actually a bean shape. And a line like this, because she'll be sitting down playing the piano, and over here will be the piano. And this will be for her arms and some shapes for her hands. Now, once we've got that in there, it's time for our marker. We'll go back and we'll add some detail. Now, it's going to be a side view, so let's draw her nose, a pointed nose like that. Now, big smile and a cheek. She's very happy about this. And her lips. And her eyebrows are up. And let's see. Let's have her looking down at the keyboard like that. And some eyelashes. Let's see for her hair. We'll give her an ear over here first and some earrings. Some curls. There you go. Some hair coming out the back. And now for her sleeve. Well, right along that stick we're going to flesh out now. Flesh out is an artist term for adding thickness to a stick figure. Adding flesh. Now right here we're going to have this hand going down and some fingers coming out this way. Looks like she's sleepwalking, but we'll fix that. Because this arm up here will be facing up, ready to come down and play some notes. All right, now we're going to define this shape we started with. Go along that opening shape and come back. And now go over here and draw her legs. Now we get to here, I'm going to create her shoes, which are like high heels. And go back up for the calf and stop. And now I'm going to add the dress and some lines like this to show some thickness. And right down this side here, and connect that. All right, now we'll just make her other leg peeking out like that. Now we'll have her sitting on the piano bench. See, if you start with a stick figure, friends, it's easy because all you have to do is just build on that. And the leg back here, which is in the darkness. So you see how we do that? And that creates some depth to the picture. And we can add some shadow. All right, now for the piano. Straight across, dip down. Now it's a side view of a piano, so it makes it very easy. You don't have to draw all the keys. Now right over here, we have to put the piano leg. So you make it real fancy. Tapering down, a square, and keep building it down so it makes it to the floor where that shadow is. And then the one peeking out, just like we did with the other leg on the bench, that's in the back. And you can darken that in. And this is the lid of the piano. Okay, now we'll put her on a stage, which is a big arc, some stage lights, and even some lines, like the boards from the stage. Some nails. And there you have it. Now we need some musical notes. And some wavy lines coming from the piano. And some lines like this for her hands, because she's playing the piano. And now I'm going to erase all the pencil lines so the ink lines stay. And we've laid out our cartoon. And now it's time for some color. All right. Now, music and art really do go well together. Did you ever watch your favorite cartoon and have the sound down? Now, even though the cartoon is very funny and you'll love to watch the characters running around, notice how dry it gets without the music? Kind of accentuates everything, doesn't it? Using a little cheeky red. And a little Make My Gray. That's what this is called for her hair. And a couple coming out that way. That looks good. Now, not too blue for her outfit. Well, let's make like stars. Just keep going over the same thing, crisscross it a few times. And that looks good. A little bit of black attack for her bench. And the piano. And there she is, a little bit of yellow maybe for the background. Right up to her dress and her, the character. Makes her kind of come to the foreground a little bit. And there it is. She's playing concert piano. I'll play a little concert piano right now. You take a look at the sketch, and here we go. All right, now let's move on and let's do our next meet. But first, it's time for the pun of the day. And today, it's a funny one. Tell if you can figure that one out. All right. Corn on the cab. Pretty cool, huh? All right. Corn on the cab. All right, it's time for our next sketch. You know, I play a little keyboard too, you know, here. And here it is right here. A little keyboard. It's the kind you blow into, though. It's like strumming a clarinet. You should blow into a keyboard. I don't know, but it works. Pretty cool, huh? I'll put this over here, and we'll do another musical sketch. That's called a melodica. That's great fun. And I used to play melodica in a band. I'm going to use pencil to lay this one out. We're going to draw a tuba player. And it starts with a circle. Right there. And then we're going to make like an inner tube effect. Like he's sitting in a bunch of tires, maybe. Or even like a snake is wrapping around them. And this is the bell for the tuba. And now some lines for his legs. And he's sitting on a stool. Now this line here indicates where his arm's going to be and his hand over there. All right, now it's time to go to our ink and ink this sketch in. Now right here we're going to have him blowing into this massive instrument, a tuba, and here's the mouthpiece. And that comes around over here and it connects right into the side of this instrument. Now, we're not going to draw it exactly like what a tuba looks like, but that's what's so good about cartooning. You can invent these things as you go. Now, his nose is up there, and his eyes. Well, his eyes are closed, and his eyebrows are down. He's blowing into this thing for all he's worth. Here's his ear. Here's some hair going up. I'll give him a couple funny ones on top. He's having a hard time with this. Perspiration. Here's his bow tie. He's in the symphony as well. And here's his arm. We're going to go over that stick and thicken that one up, just like that. And here's his hand, holding on to this giant tuba. Now, we're going to make this look like he is sitting inside. So we're just going to go over those shapes, like the inner tube, and come back and do the same thing down here where he's holding it. And right about there, we're going to leave that open because we're going to put his fingers in. 1, 2, 3, maybe his pinky's out like that. And we'll put the valves in, little circles. All right, now for the bell of the tuba. Go along that line, come right up, and here it is. Pretty big instrument, isn't it? And right around there. And now we'll make it look like a hole. So you see, you take an oval shape like that and fill it in. And maybe a couple more like that. And then a cartoon effect and accessory. As hard as he's blowing into this thing, here's that one silly note coming out. And in cartoon world, we want to make it look like a sour note maybe. You break that line, and it makes it a little funnier. And okay, now for his legs, we'll go over those sticks and thicken them up. Same thing over here. Okay, now for a little stool he's sitting on, which is a cylinder shape up top. And here's the legs. Tie it all together, put some shadowing in here, and some cartoon effects and accessories. Maybe some shaking on the horn. And here's the back of his head. And now we're going to erase this and add some color to him too. Yeah, I used to play keyboard, and I still do, but I used to play in a band, and when I first got started, I was so young at it that my father used to have to drive me to the jobs because I was too young to drive. So he would drive me there, and I would play parties, and I wasn't very good. No matter what people requested, whatever song they requested, I always played Pennies from Heaven. That's all I knew. Didn't matter what song they requested, Pennies from Heaven was it. They'd say, well, wait a minute, didn't you just play that? I asked you for Sorrento. And I'd say, well, actually it uses many of the same notes, so I figured I was okay with that. A little bit of red, cheeky red. Now this guy's blowing into this thing, so let's give him a red cheeks like he's having a real rough time. Over here too. And now for the tuba. But you know, it's just like music. Music is just like art. The more you practice, the better you get. After a while, I was able to play 2 or 3 songs. Yeah, I know, it's a gift. Okay, let's color in his tuxedo. All right, now you take a look at this fella here, and I will play you some tuba music. Ready? Now, I don't know if he's going to make this last note. He did it. All right, I got a quickie for you. And we're going to draw the king. Who's the king of rock and roll? Elvis. That's right. And we'll start with a pencil and a shape. Now, we're going to make a real quickie here, and I'll show you just how easy it is to draw a character like Elvis singing on a stage. And here's his knees coming out this way. And these shapes here will indicate where his feet will be, his hands, and that's all we have to do, because now we can go back in and add some detail. All right, let's get my nose pointing out that way, and a big smile, and his mouth is wide open. He's singing. His tongue, darken all this in. And his eyes are shut. And his eyebrows are up, and here's his ear. And let's give him a big fluffy hairdo. And sideburns. And some hair coming out there. And here's his facial outline. Now, the king wore this big collar, and when you have a lot of time, you can add all the rhinestones on it. It comes down like this. Now for these lines here, that's going to be for his arms out. So we'll make a little bit of crinkling here for this clothing, and then come out here for his hand. Now his hand, well, let's see, let's have his thumb up like this, and his fingers, and then the palm. Let's do the same thing over here. Some wrinkles, sleeve, come back over, his thumb, pinky, some fingers, a little detail for the palm. There you have it. All right, now for his outfit. Well, he comes down like this. We can add some more of those circles for decoration. Now for his legs. Now we're going to have his knees together, kind of in a funny pose, and then his legs flaring out. Now he's got bell bottoms on, so come like that and meet at the knees. Do the same thing over here. Come out, flare it out. And now for his leg. Well, here's one boot. They're going inwards. Here's his other heel, and here's his other boot. Some shadowing. Now what do we need? We need a microphone. After we put some circles in. All right, right over here, a microphone and a stand. Now watch this. All you have to do is a big, heavy black line come straight down right in front of that foot, and you make it into a disc. Fill it in. And now for the wire. Watch this. From out of that mic, connect your pen and just go back and forth like it's a wire, wrapping around and then going off the side. And you can put him on a stage. And now you can darken in his hair. Now you want to leave a lot of white shine because you want to make this look like thick black hair. So you do that. Leave that space in the middle. Some hair here, some hair there. Erase the pencil lines, and I think he came out great. Now I'm going to take some red and give him some cartoon effects and accessories, maybe some musical notes, and I think he came out to be a great sketch. And, as I said before, music and art go real well together. Now stay tuned for the feature of the day. Today we're going to spin the wheel of features, and that's always great fun because we never know what kind of face we're going to come up with. And we spin the outer wheel with the facial outlines, eyes, nose, and mouth. And whatever comes in that area, that's the face we're going to draw. Well, let's see. We've got like a mouth open, and, well, we've got a nose turned up, and we've got some eyes and a facial outline. All right, let's start with the facial outline of a woman. Her left side, now some hair. And some earrings. And now for the right side. All right, now what else? Oh, she's got some pearls on, or beads. Now for her eyes. Well, kind of football shapes, because they're very cartoonified, and they are half open. And some eyes right in the center. And her eyebrows are up. And she's got some eyelashes. Okay, now for her nose. Well, she's got a turned up nose and a nostril. And now for her mouth. Well, it looks like she's speaking. And here's her teeth. Here's her tongue, and we'll darken all this in. And maybe she's saying, that looks good. Well, let's try another one. We'll spin the outer wheel. Eyes, nose, and mouth. Yeah, she came out good. All right, we've got someone with the mouth wide open, maybe yelling. We have a nose with a mustache, sunglasses, and we have that fella right there. Okay, let's put all this together and see what kind of wacky face he turns out to be. Start with his ear. He's got no hair, just some stubble up here, and like he needs a shave, some stubble down here. So we just make some dots. And he's wearing sunglasses, folks. sunglasses like this, and then we'll make a frame. And then we're going to darken it all in with a little bit of a highlight, like a little white space. In fact, we don't fill it all in, even on the sides. And that makes it look a little shinier. And then the part that goes back over his ears. All right, now for his nose. Well, I'm going to make it face this way. And he's got a little mustache. He's looking pretty cool. And for his mouth, well, as I say, it looks like he's yelling. Let's make an oval like that, and some teeth. And darken all this in. And maybe he's saying, practice. Now, you may not have a wheel of features at home, but you can still experiment with different facial outlines and the features that go inside. There's tons of combinations. Now stay tuned for Cartoon Doodle Tricks. Welcome to today's Doodle Tricks, and today we're going to do alphabet tunes. But first, I'd like to welcome my friends. Hi, guys.
Hi, Bruce.
All right, we're going to do script letters, because that presents some interesting possibilities. We'll start with the letter B. Just like that. All right, now we look at the object and figure out what we can do with it for features. And I think I'm going to put a face right in there. And there's a mouth, there's lips, some bangs, and some hair, and an earring. How's that? Now over here, we'll turn this into an arm. There's a sleeve, and the arm comes up this way, and we'll turn this into fingers for a hand. So from the letter B, stands for bye-bye. And some effects and accessories like that. Pretty cool, huh? All right, let's do another one. And we'll stick with script. And draw the letter G. All right, G stands for Grandpa. We'll draw a funny beard here. And this line here, well, that'll be his mustache. And we'll put another one out that side. Make that into his nose. Some eyes looking at us. Some eyebrows. An ear. And let's see. No hair on top. Some funny hairs out each side. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
All right, I got another one. Now, this time we're not going to use script. However, we're going to use two letters this time. Now, this time, two letters are going to spell a whole word. I'll show you what I mean. M-T. Nick, say those two letters a couple times, and what kind of word does that form?
M-T. Oh, empty.
Empty. That's right. So we'll draw a face right in here. And you'll see what that means in a moment. Some hair, a nose, some eyes, and his expression, not real happy. A collar. Now, what we'll do is we'll extend this up here and on this side and put his hand in. One, and this one over here is going to be holding something coming from the T. And we'll turn T into a can of gas. That is empty. A couple little drips, and there he is. So from empty to an empty gas can. And he's out of gas and we're out of time. And I hope you've enjoyed it at home and my friends in the studio. Now, for our tip of the day, if you saw it, you can draw it. If you learn to break things down to the basic forms, you can draw anything. I'm Brusa Blica saying thanks for being with me today, and help me out, guys. Keep on cartooning. Just like that.